Sorry about the delay. Hi everybody. I'm Red, also known as Athlete. Today's video is going to be on Blue. It's a room created by Darkstar7471, and its focus is on deploying and hacking to a Windows machine and leveraging common misconfiguration issues. All right, let me turn down the music and let's roll. Oh yeah, shout out to Mr. Glitch, who gave me a link to no copyright music, so that way I can have some tunes while I go through this on my VOD. I apologize if we have any random ads or whatever. We'll see how this goes. All right, so step one. We're gonna go ahead and start the machine. Scan and learn what exploit this machine is vulnerable to. Please note that the machine does not respond to ping and may take a few minutes to boot up. So let's go do that. It's meant to be educational for complete beginners, professionals. I am not a professional. I am just a noob who is very much a cybersecurity enthusiast. Yeah, so we're going to learn some stuff. I'm going to struggle through things. I'm going to figure some stuff out. Because we have a little bit of background information already, knowing that this is exploiting Windows and Eternal Blue based off of this video that they provided us here, and the name of the thing is called Blue, we might have a hint as to what we're going to be doing here. For those of you that don't know what Eternal Blue is, back in the day, back in 2017 or so, there was a malevolent group known as the Shadow Brokers. Probably got their name from the Mass Effect game, and they released a set of tools by some agencies out there trying to make some cash money, trying to sell it on the dark webs, and it wound up creating horrible horrible situations for a whole bunch of people. This is an example of a screenshot from the WannaCry ransomware. And I believe the WannaCry caused like 30 million in damages, something like that. Oh hey, yeah, this is Mr. Glitch's channel. Go check him out. Twitch.tv, Mr. Glitch, Byte. They also do pretty much the same kind of thing I do. They study. I think they're going through OSCP right now. So I'm going to close that out. All right. So yeah, I started this machine. I'm going to start the the attack box as well. I'm going to use the Kali Linux one. So that way I have something to work with. The attack box is free for an hour a day if you're a free user, and if you're a subscriber to TryHackMe.com, I think you get it for more time than that. So I'm going to go ahead and start that machine. And task one is going to be recon. Scan and learn what exploits this machine is vulnerable to. Turn down the music just in case it's a little too loud. Please note that this machine does not respond to ICMP and may take a few minutes to boot up. Cool, we already talked about that. It's not meant to be a boot to root CTF, rather it is an educational series for complete beginners. Professionals will likely get very little out of this room beyond basic practice, as the process here is meant to be beginner focused. Cool. It looks like Varg, one of the TryHackMe members, has a profile, Instagram, Blue merch, etc. And they made this pretty picture. One of my favorite things about TryHackMe is they have like a lot of artwork, and I like art. Look at this. It looks like the Windows background screen. What is this from? Is that from XP? I'm not sure. Should be from Windows 7, considering what we're going to be playing with today. But I love it. I guess there's Ice, a sequel to Blue, that we'll get to eventually. You can also check out the third box in the series, Blaster. So you have you have Blue, Ice, and Blaster. So we'll have to check those out at some point. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Ishida. I just got the notification on my phone, so appreciate you. Hopefully this is useful to you. Like I said, this is mostly just like a hangout, chill, learn while I'm learning, and give me advice or whatever. We're gonna take it easy. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to scan the machine. If you're unsure how to tackle this, I recommend checking out the Nmap room. We just went through that in the previous videos in this series on how to do Nmap, launch the Metasploit framework, as well as a database that is included in there. I like to use MSFDB run in order to get all that going at the same time. All right, so I'm going to right click. I'm going to go open terminal here. Root Kali. Oh, I love the way Kali looks. I like the transparency on the frame, or excuse me, on the terminals, all that stuff. So we're gonna do that now. DB. Oh, excuse me. Let's MSFDB run to get our MSF console and database running at the same time. I'm gonna open up a new tab with Control-Shift-T. And I'm just going to look IPA. What is my IP address? My IP address on this range using this box is 10.10.144.17. I'm going to need that later if I'm going to be popping shells and getting into boxes and stuff. All right. So now let's scan the machine. Do we know the IP of this machine? We do. When you are on TryHackMe and you launch the machine that you're trying to target, at the top here it says the active machine information. You're going to go ahead and take a look at it there. Copy to clipboard is what I do. Now you can't just paste into the Kali. You're going to have to go into this little tabby thing on the right here, so that way you can get that information. But once you do, now you can paste it. So DB for the database that we're going to be using, Nmap, and I'm going to do TechS. Oh, excuse me, they said that it doesn't do ping, right? So let's do Nmap, and let's see if we can man Nmap to get the manual information on how to do Nmap stuff, right? So there's a summary of options on what you're going to be able to do with Nmap when you're going to be doing your scanning. So for our beginners out there, remember that manual is extremely important whenever you're going to be messing around with Linux. Some of our options, they told us that it's not going to respond to ICMP. So we got to disable this, excuse me, we got to disable ICMP. Ping scan, disable port scan. So let's try TechSN. We're also going to be doing TechSV and TechSC. TechSV will probe open ports to determine service version info. TechSC will give us some default scripts to see what is out there. And I think that's all we'll do. You can also enable OS detection. We already know it's Windows. And another very popular one is TAC O for output, and this is the whole gamut here. But we're not going to need to do that because we're going to have the database on our side, right? And TAC A. TAC A is another popular one, which includes a bunch of the other scans. And I'm trying to see if I can find it here to tell you exactly what it does. Sorry, I got my doggos in the background. They're going crazy. Enable OS detection, version detection, script scanning, trace route. We don't need trace route. So this is like TechSV, this is like TechSC, and this is like TAC-O. And then the trace route, I'm not sure it's in there. I never use it. All right. So now we got that out of the way. DB, Nmap, TechSN for the no ping, TechSV, TechSC, and the box that we're going to be using, oh gosh, let's go back, was 10.10.83.167. Am I missing anything here? Good enough for me. Oh gosh. Okay, so it says it's up. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe TechSN was not the one we're going to want to use. So let's see. Nmap. Let's go back to that man and map. We wanted to do no ping. Treat all hosts as online. Skip host discovery. Attack at PN maybe? Maybe that's what we need to do. So let's do that one. Capital PN. All right. That's what we're looking for. So it's going to take a few to run this scan like this, Ed, because we're going to be going through a bunch of ports, the top 1,000 ports, and we're not going to pay attention to whether or not we receive an ICMP ping from that port. All right, so, okay, we're going to scan the machine. We're going to see what ports are under 1,000. We'll put that in there. Oh, let's see what this hint wanted to give us. Okay, cool. So tech VV will make it more verbose, while so it'll spit out information as it gives us, as it finds it, right? So let's go ahead and we'll add it here. Maybe it'll make it a little bit faster for us. All right, so we discovered a bunch of ports. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ports. Oh, incorrect. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have an idea. Because we're looking at the top 1,000, excuse me, under 1,000, let's go TAC P for port 1 through 1,000. And in that way, it won't try to scan those other ports that are 49,158, so on and so forth. All right, it popped out a bunch of information. Now let's do services, leveraging that database we got. And we got 135, 139, and 445. So let's see if that answers 3. Great. And if I skip over something and I'm not realizing what that I am, please let me know. All right, near the top of the nmap output port state service. Great. So it looks like we have 3 under the top 1,000: RPC, NetBIOS / SSN, and Microsoft-DS. So what can we do with those? What is the machine vulnerable to? So those look like SMB, right? So why don't we see if we can do an auxiliary scan for SMB. Oops. All right, so we just ran a scan for just modules that have the word SMB in them that are auxiliary modules, right? And auxiliary is used to like scan things and gather information. So you don't want to jump directly into exploit without like maybe possibly finding out if there's a script already built within the the Metasploit framework to go test for it. So we can do like an SMB version. That's pretty cool. So let's do that. Let's do use 61 just to see what pops up. Show info to see what information is required for this. We're going to set globally, set G, the host that we're going to be playing around with. So that way in the future we don't have to like type this back out again for this IP. 167. Set our host. Hold on. So I'm a father of 3. I got my oldest daughter with me here now, and she sent me a message on one of these Etch-a-Sketches, and she says, what if we made a Minecraft server that interprets Splatoon 2. So I guess that's going to be a project I'm going to be working on, is trying to make a Minecraft server that I guess looks like a Minecraft Splatoon. So if any of you know how to do any of that, let me know. I know nothing about Minecraft, so, but you know, this is why we do this stuff, man. We're trying to learn, always learning. So note to self, make a Minecraft Splatoon server. Sure. All right. If you have one, let me know. That way we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right. So what was I doing? Okay. Back to work. Scanner, SMB version. Set my rhost to what we're going to be going for here. A cool thing you can do is show required. Or excuse me, show missing. And these will show you the missing options that are required for your module, whatever, to work. So let's go ahead and run. So this is running Windows 7 Professional SP1. Dope. If you know nothing about what this service is, this is what you do. You'd be like, oh, I've never heard of that. Let me go Google it and go find out what the deal is. It also gave us what the build is for this Windows version, what the name of the PC is, what workgroup they're in, and I guess signatures are optional. So let's go see if we can Google. And now this is like a part of the enumeration and finding out what's out there. Open a new tab, SP1, and we'll say vulnerability. And then pop out a list, brings us to cvedetails.com. Looks like there's a bunch of stuff out here. This one has some remote execution. This is Windows specifically. Got some buffer overflow stuff here. Cool. Another place to go to is exploitdb.com. And then search. Let's see if we can search that. Nothing. SP1. Windows SP1. And we're just, oh, and SMB. Let's see, SMB. Well, you know, and this is basically what you just keep plugging away. You keep looking for what you can find. Another way would be to type exploit. SMB. All right, that seems promising. And the first thing that pops up is from Rapid7, the makers of the Metasploit console. MS17-0-010 Eternal Blue SMB remote Windows kernel. Sounds pretty interesting. All right. This module is a port of the Equation Group Eternal Blue exploit, part of the Fuzz Bunch toolkit released by Shadow Brokers. All right. And it gives you instructions on how to do it. You can be, you know, a pro hacker with just a little bit of copy pasta. As I said, this is for beginners, so take some of my comments with a grain of salt. This is meant to be used for educational purpose only. Don't go around popping boxes. So actually, didn't we see something in our auxiliary? Before we go any further with using exploit, let's continue trying to see if there's a way to verify that this works. So let's search. We'll use that search command again. Search, and what did we say it was called? MS17-010 Eternal Blue. So search Eternal Blue. See if that pops up with anything. Looks like we have a couple here. It looks like we have a couple auxiliaries. So let's go ahead and use 0. All right, use 0, show options, show, that's a lot of words, show missing. What am I missing here that I need to know? All right, I got everything I need to know. So now I'm going to go ahead and run. Unable to find accessible named pipe. So it looks like I'm missing something. Oh, this list. Do I have this list? So let's locate named pipes.txt. Looks like that is in the right place. That's good. Output's good. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to go with, so we tried number 1, tried 0, we're trying number 1, show options, show missing. All right, now we'll go ahead and run this one and see if that gives us anything. Okay, so through a little bit of enumeration and double checking what's out there, we use some open source intelligence. Well, we ran a scan, we examined the services, we did open source intelligence on the service that existed. We did a little bit of guess and check to see what's out there on the Metasploit framework itself. We were able to find an auxiliary module which found this to be vulnerable. So let's see if this is the answer that they are expecting in TryHackMe. MS17-010. Whoop whoop. All right, answer's correct. Let's go to hint. Revealed by shadow brokers. Yep, we got that. Issue with SMB version 1. All right. So now we've done the check. It is vulnerable. Fantastic. So let's exploit the machine and gain a foothold. Start Metasploit. Done. Find the exploitation code we will run against the machine. What's the full path? All right, so now let's do search again, right? Search Eternal Blue. Looks like there was a couple, and the one we used was SMB MS17. So that's the auxiliary. So, and it's a Windows 7 machine, not a Windows 8 machine. So it looks like number 2 is what we're going to be looking for. So use 2. Show options. It automatically configured a payload for us because we're using MSF5. If you're using an older version, it might not do that. So you're going to want to double check that. It already gave us we're going to be potentially using Meterpreter. Well, we will be using Meterpreter reverse TCP. Because we did set global or set G, our host, our target is already set, our port is already set. We don't need to set a domain, pass, or user. We don't have to verify the architecture because it's already done for us. Verify target. These are required and it's set to true. So, okay. They're going to be using this exit function thread. Our lhost is our host. It already set it up for us. And the listen port. So let's go ahead and that's it. Let's type another command, check. And it runs the auxiliary scanner for us. Again, host is likely vulnerable. Scan 1 of 1 targets, target is vulnerable. So let's answer this question here. What is the exploit that we're going to be running? Got to copy it. Got to go to this little clipboard guy. Copy it all over again. Now you can paste, submit. Beautiful. Show options and set the one required value. What was the name of this value? All caps for submission. So that was our host. We already set it. We didn't need to set it again because we set it with the set global, right? Usually it would be fine to run this exploit as is. However, for the sake of learning, you should do one more thing before exploiting the target. Enter the following command and press enter. Set payload, Windows 64 shell reverse TCP. All right, so we're going to change our payload for the sake of learning, even though shell is not as pretty of a payload as the interpreter one. But for the sake of learning, we'll do it. All right, ready to go? 1, 2, 3. Exploit. All right, it's sending it. We're going. Here goes. Whoop whoop. Command shell 1 opened. All right, but we don't see anything. Everything is blank. Win. All right. Well, when you get a regular shell command, expect nothing to pop up, and you're gonna need to maybe do a PWD. PWD is not a recognized thing. It gave us a prompt though afterward. We're on a Windows system. We're not on a Linux system. So what do we do now? Let's see what commands we're able to do. Who am I? We are NT authority system. We're system, baby. We're golden. We can do whatever we want. Confirm that the exploit has run correctly. You may have to press enter, for the DOS shell to appear. Background the shell, Control Z. If you failed, you have to reboot the system. All right. They said background the shell, Control Z. Yes. All right. Escalate privileges. Learn how to upgrade shells in Metasploit. If you haven't already, background a previously gained shell, which we did using Control Z. Research online how to convert a shell to interpreter shell in exploit, or in Metasploit. What is the name of the post module we will use? Exact path or whatever. So they said to research online. See what their hint is. Google this shell to interpreter. All right. Let's see about Metasploit shell upgrade to interpreter. All right, this is from a place called infosecwriteups.com, nullbyte, wonderhowto.com, YaHub. Looks like many people have done this. Let's take a look at Rapid7's site because they're the makers of Metasploit. All right, so there's a module. It attempts to upgrade a command shell to interpreter. The shell platform is automatically detected and the best version of interpreter for the target is selected. Fancy. Currently, interpreter reverse TCP is based on Windows and Linux, with Python interpreter reverse TPC to use on all others. So, where's the information on how to do it? So, how about we take a look at this source code? In the module, Metasploit is based off of Ruby. It is called shell to interpreter. This is how you can go from that next step from script kiddie, which is what we're doing right now, up to actual hacker peoples. And we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go to foreground. We're going to, let's see, does BG work? No. All right, so let's read through this code a little bit. This module requires Metasploit. Command stager. Great. So we need a post module. So MSF console, let's say. Let's see if this is still got our sessions. Exit. So what I want to do is background this shell, but I can't. I don't know if I can't do that because I'm in a like a Windows, not a Windows, in my browser, but it's not giving me what I want. Oh, you know what? I totally should have used save. So msfdb run. Gonna let that run there. Show options. All right, so we're gonna search for the shell to interpreter. This is what we're gonna be using. It's a post module, or what we could be using if my web browser was working correctly. Remember to use that search function. It's super helpful. I don't know. I broke Metasploit on this session here. ls exit. Sessions. There we go. All right, no active sessions. We're gonna go ahead and exploit this again. Actually, we're gonna set my payload correct to the interpreter one. Show options, show payloads, set payload, Windows, x64, interpreter, and reverse TCP. Show options, looks like we're good. We're gonna exploit. All right. So they want me to go back to that anyway. So use 0, show options. What are we required to change? Session is what we'd be required to change. So what I was having issues with or trouble with was when I tried to background the session with the normal shell in it, you want it to go back to the MSF console, and then you'll be able to see what sessions are running. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try Control-Z, background session 2, yes. But it runs me back directly to my root prompt, which is not what I want. Right now I have in the background msfdb, so I'm wondering if that's a consequence of using backgrounding foreground process in the shell session. Yeah. So if I press BG while I'm in interpreter, it works out fine. If I press BG while I'm in shell, not so fine. So this is what we were looking for. Sessions, tag I. Oh, sessions, tag I. We have a session on the box, interpreter, what the information is, where we're going from, where we're going to, you know, good stuff. All right. And we from here we would load the shell to interpreter, and then it would give us what we see here: sessions tag I 2. Interacting with session 2, and we'd have this nice interpreter shell instead of this use oh, let me save this too. Oh no, my interpreter session died. All right. Session stack I, no active sessions, exploit. So I feel like we're skipping past some parts here, but I'm gonna have to try it again in my virtual machine instead of the attack box, just to see if it's like a me issue or if it's like a tool issue. But that's okay. We're gonna do it live. Okay, cool. Once interpreter shell conversion completes, select that session for use. Verify that we have escalated to NT authority system. Got it. Run get system to confirm this. I mean, we already our system, we just confirmed it, but get system. Feel free to open a DOS shell via the command shell and run who am I. This should run or return that we are indeed system, background the shell afterwards, and select an interpreter. So we already did that, right? List all of the processes running via the ps command. All right, we'll do that as soon as I get a shell back. I think our shell might have died again. So use to show options. I'm going to set L port 4455. Exploit. Again, a second shell out there just in case this one has died. This is the fun part where you're just waiting. You're like, oh, have a sip of coffee. Operation timed out, died. Just keep hammering away at the box, I guess. Connection reset by peer. Fail. So, I was honestly a little amazed that we were able to get a shell in the first place, in the first attempt, because Eternal Blue, like you could run it many times and it'll just break the machine. I think the name Eternal Blue comes from the machine that comes from the fact that the machine will go to a blue screen forever. All right, so let's go and do that PS before we die again. All right, PS command. Just because we are system doesn't mean our process is. Find a process towards the bottom of this list that is running at NT authority system and write down the process ID. All right. Well, here we go. Got the. Want to do trusted installer? We can do that. Migrate 2564. Access denied. All right. 1928. All right. So the trusted installer did not work, but WMI prvse.exe did work. So now we are that, which is great. Yeah, it says that it might take several attempts. Migrating process is not very stable. If this fails, you may need to rerun the conversion process, reboot the machine. Cool. Well, we did it. So now let's do some cracking. Dump the non-default user's password and crack it. Within our elevated interpreter shell, run a command #dump. I can do that. #dump. This will dump all the passwords in the machine as long as we have the correct privileges to do so. Looks like we have administrator, guest, and John. The non-default user is going to be Johnny boy. Copy this password hash to a file and research how to crack it. What is the cracked password? Cool. So we're going to copy pasta this thing right here. And then let's close out of this. And we're going to, let's try to use John. John the Ripper. Oh, John not found on this. Great. Locate John. So it looks like John does exist. It's probably user share John. User sbin John. Sure. So user sbin John. User share John. They want us to use hashcat. Is that what's going on here? Etsy John, john.conf. Am I spelling user wrong? CD, so we do have a John in here. CDS user sbin John. Okay, cool. So John the Ripper. Looks like that we have the jumbo version of John, which is great. So user sbin John will run the command for us. Let's user sbin John again. I'm gonna need to get that again. Let's echo. I wonder if this will work. So hash dump, and then we'll name this hashes. Cat hashes. No, did not work. That's fine. Oh god. I did it again. I feel like there's definitely a way for it to just do it for us, but this will have to do. We'll store that in temp, tmp, hashes. Cool. Okay. And then, so John, we're gonna need to do some, let's just try to crack that file, see what happens. Crack, oh, and we'll make the pot equal to temp cracked.txt. And then the file name we're going to be using is, oh, we need a word list. Word list. Let's see, user share word list. Let's see where their word list is hiding. See if they have RockU. I'm going to press this. I'm going to cancel it real quick. Locate RockU. All right, RockU is a well-known list of cracked passwords. So, excuse me, hashes for passwords. And I think we have to, might need to unzip this file. So, so we're going to gzip tech D for decompress, user share wordlist rocku.text, and we'll put it in temp rocku.text. Oh, dang. No such file or directory. Update DB. Wonder if this Rocku doesn't actually exist there. All right, copy this password to a hash file. Oh, we're so close. All right, while we wait, this password can be found within the rocku.text word list. All right, so Rocku does exist. So locate rocku.text. It's already there. Great. So John share word lists. That was the problem. Rocku. All right, and the file we're trying to crack. John requires user sbin John. What is the format? John, options, and then the password files. So password files we're going to be using, what do we say, hashes. All right. I didn't put a format as to decrypt this stuff. I'm trusting that John knows what they're looking at. Oh. Let's see here. While we wait for that, I'm going to check to see. Maybe I should have gone and put in a format. All right, let's see if it gave us anything. Cat hashes. Oh, cat cracked. Nothing. All right. So let's see if we need to put in the format. I believe the format is NT. Cat cracked. All right, that did not work. So I wonder if I put in a word list wrong. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I needed to put an equal sign for the word list. That's probably what I needed to do there. And let's see, go here. I'm gonna keep scrolling up. Yeah, this is where I messed up. Word list equals file, and I did not put the equal sign. All right, so word list equals. Finally. So after a little bit of troubleshooting, I actually paid attention to how, like, where John was on this machine. I put the format that Windows 7 is leaving their passwords in, and I correctly added the the equal sign so that way I can have my RockU word list actually pop out. So, and pot. Let's take a look at the pot. Crack that text. It is in fact in crack that text. So password is ALQFNA22. All right, cool. So we're going to continue here. Find the 3 flags planted on this machine. These are not traditional flags, rather they are meant to represent key locations within the Windows system. Use the hints provided below to complete this room. And then it recommends that after we complete blue, go check out ice, and then we can go check out blaster again. Man, Darkstar, you are a marketing genius. All right, this flag can be found at the system room. All right, so why don't we try to log in? Let's see, can we log in? How can we log in? We have SMB, we have the passwords. I mean, we're already in. Why log in, right? Oop, that's not what I wanted. So I'm going to exploit. Interpreter session 5 opened. All right. So system root is going to be where Windows is installed to, right? Cool. Flag 2, this flag can be found at the location where passwords are stored within Windows, errata. Windows really doesn't like the location of this flag and can occasionally delete it. May be necessary in some cases to terminate, restart the machine, and rerun the exploit to find this flag. This is relatively rare, however it can happen. All right. So cd c Windows let's do the migration again, right? So migrate and then 3052. See if search indexer will work. Nope. Migrate 2968. Migrate. Trusted installer did not work. 1564. All right, great. So we are. You can press help as well. Help to help figure out like commands for while you're in interpreter. Let's find out. Let's see, pwd, print working directory, Windows System 32. So cd ... We'll see what's in here. At the system root. So I don't see like a flag here. I'm going to go to C and see what happens there. cd ... Flag 1.txt. So display flag 1.txt. Cat flag 1.txt. All right, access the machine. Flag, access the machine. All right, so that's how these flags will look. Cool. So where does it keep its passwords? Windows, where do you keep your passwords? I know that LSAS is where Windows passwords are kept, right? So, I mean, let's go to let's Google where passwords are stored within Windows. We'll do some more OSINT. The SAM file. Okay, so where's the SAM file? SAM file. Location of SAM file. Windows 32 Windows System 32 config. So cd Windows System 32 config. Probably have to do a C:" on this bad boy. cd Windows. cd System 32. cd config. Alright, cat flag 2, that text. Okay, so flag SAM database elevated access. Great. Flag 3. This flag can be found in an excellent location to loot. After all, administrators usually have pretty interesting things saved. So we're looking at probably cd c users cd c cd users. I'm not sure why it's whoops. cdc So I think that they're going to want us to go to the administrator's home directory, right? That's probably what they're talking about. So cd, and where are users' files kept? It does not appear to be here. So cd wd c users c default user John public all users. Oh, hey Building Kingdom, what's up? How you doing? Sorry if I didn't notice you chatting there. But here I am banging my head against the keyboard. Been a while since we've chatted. How you been? How's the D&D game going, man? Right now I'm just searching through and going through a Windows kind of capture the flag box from TryHackMe, and just having fun with it. I'm very close to finishing here, so I'm very excited. Excellent location to loot. After all, administrators usually have pretty interesting things saved. So where could an administrator keep their stuff? cd c, go like that. It's not a user, it's not an administrator, right? So instead of users, recovery? I mean, that'd be a really good place to save stuff, but it looks like the size is 0. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this hint here. Maybe it'll help us out. You'll need elevated privileges to access this flag. So who am I? I keep messing up and putting like Windows commands instead of, Linux commands instead of Windows commands, and it's messing me up. Dir cd users. So I'm looking to see, using open source information, OSINT, I guess, where exactly the administrator profile is kept on a Windows box. And it's supposed to be kept in C users. So man, what am I missing here? Go to hand, we have elevated privileges, and I feel like I do already have elevated privileges. Man, I am so close to being done here. I wanted to keep this under an hour, but I guess not today. So I kind of want to do something a bit hacky, where you find files modified on a specific date on Windows. So let's see, so dir s beware modified date is greater than 12/13/2018. I feel like an idiot. Hey, workout, what's up? C users desktop. Yeah, C. So I tried going to CD C users, right? Oh, what did I mess up? Oh my God, brain. All right, C users, right? And I'm like, why don't I see the administrator? War God, tell me why don't I see the administrator? Feel like a dummy. Yeah, I've been using I'm stuck in like Linux mode, and it doesn't help that Meterpreter allows you to use ls versus dir, even when you're on a Windows box. So all I really have a choice of doing is taking a look at John and see what he's got. Now it says on the TryHackMe site for Blue, administrators usually have pretty interesting things saved. So my brain was like, all right, go look for the administrator's profile, right? Well, I mean, why don't we just look at what John has? So let's go. Let's go into here. CD downloads. And I'm not seeing it. CD dot dot. Let's look at his documents. CD documents. And that's where flag.3 is. PowerShell would work too. I can't wait to get to more TryHackMe PowerShell commands. I did one of those like do PowerShell in 30 days of lunches, and man, it made me realize like how insane PowerShell is. Like I said, I'm a Linux guy, but I really do need to get to PowerShell, especially if I'm going to be pursuing a career in this path one day, right? So let's go ahead. Sorry, cat does not work when you're in Windows, right? So type, I believe it is, type flag3.txt. Admin documents can be valuable. So don't forget that local administrators don't have to be named administrator. They can be the user that you found, that it's not a default, right? So that was what I was having most trouble wrapping my head around. Documents can be valuable. Indeed they can. Congratulations, we've completed the room. It took me a little longer than I expected, but man, that really, first of all, you know, when you're on Windows, stop trying to type ls. It doesn't work. Just muscle memory. And then I guess secondly, remember that local administrators don't need to be named administrator. So let's see what this badge looks like. I'm a big fan of the badges. I like the artwork behind them. I wish I knew who created this badge, who created the artwork for this. So thank you very much, whoever made that. Thank you very much for Dark Star creating a room for Eternal Blue. Remember that this was something that got released in like 2017. Lord knows how long it was actually out in the wild before some of the shadow brokers went and released it for the whole world to throw into an easy script kiddie type framework like Metasploit. Yeah, let's go. Whoop whoop. So just be aware. Use this for educational purposes and to help secure your networks. Don't use Windows 7 SP, Service Pack 1. Upgrade, please. And that's about it. Let's go ahead. Now that we got all our flags, we did recon. We used nmap to find what services, what ports were there, what services were on those ports. Did a little bit of open source intelligence to find out that this was vulnerable to MS17-010, aka Eternal Blue. We then set up our payload to, originally it was for shell. I was having a little bit of difficulty using the shell to interpreter upgrade in the browser. I'm not sure what that issue was, but know that that exists. So you can have a nicer browser. But look, I wound up being in the regular shell anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, anything else we need to know? You can list commands with PS, that sort of thing. Use your help when you're in Meterpreter. Have a nice little cheat sheet when you're a Linux dude in Windows. We found out that we could crack passwords by using this little nifty hash dump here. And then we went and did some scouring for flags. So thank you very much for hanging out with me during this this fun little box. Thanks again to Darkstar. Thank you very much, War God and Building Kingdom, for hanging out with me while I've been just studying here. I look forward to seeing what you guys are going to be doing in your own study. sessions, and yeah, let's roll. I'm going to go ahead and close out the terminal, close out the attack box, so that way I don't use up resources I don't need. And I guess I'll see you next time. Hit me up over at the TryHackMe Discord, username athlete, same as what's here. I'm Red Pill Eyes, and yeah, have fun, guys. Let's study.